If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
Hello everyone, my name is Zoni, and this is a bit of a different one. So as you can see, we're talking about Ninjago specifically. We are talking about a response that the American Fork Police Department, the most corrupt police department I've ever seen in my life, made towards the situation with Bricks and minifigs. Well, with Reckless Ben specifically. The Bricks and minifigs guys are cowards and they refuse to do anything. And so I made that video, I think yesterday, because I just saw the news. I was at a family member's house. And now that I'm home, I'm finally able to record and actually just share my thoughts on this situation. And you hear my dog in the background. He was super excited that I came home. So let's discuss this. And I've been very grumpy, and luckily this came out, I believe, earlier yesterday. So it's later in the day now. I've calmed down a lot. So I'm just going to make fun of them. I'm just going to relentlessly make jokes at their expense. Because if they're not going to take this situation seriously, then why am I going to take this situation that they say seriously? Because they're all incompetent, stupid, and idiots. And I say that with full earnest. I mean, they're at best corrupt, at worst idiots. And that's the best and worst of both categories. I mean, because they have assaulted people that didn't deserve to be assaulted. They have overly been aggressive. They have instigated half of the situations. I'm sorry. At best, they're incompetent. At worst, they're power hungry and corrupt. So let's get right into this response. It's 26 minutes, and we're gonna have some fun at their expense because they're having fun at this family's expense. We're gonna take like however long it takes for them to actually show up. And I'm gonna try to make this as loud as I can.
My name is Cameron Paul, and I am the Chief of Police for the American Fork Police Department.
Welcome to the stand, ladies and gentlemen. What did he say his name was? Oh god, we have to wait a few seconds. I'm sorry, I didn't hear his name. I think he said Cameron Paul.
My name is Cameron Paul,
and he will only be coming out a whisper. And now, this is the first thing I will say. Very quiet. A full law enforcement can't do what a YouTuber. And now I have two channels. I have a gaming channel where I have 400 subscribers, and this channel where I have only 20. And the difference between me and them is I can get a goddamn microphone to pick up my voice. They cannot. And also, I love these comments. We're gonna look through some of these comments later too, because I assumed that there was gonna be some funny comments. But now let's get right into what Mr. Whispers has to say. This ASMR man over here.
I am the Chief of Police for the American Fork Police Department.
And hopefully he won't be for long. Again, they can't do anything right. Might as well just quit while they're ahead.
I'd like to address the members of our American Fork and Cedar Hills community regarding some videos currently circulating on social media that have been presented in a way that calls into question some of the actions of our departments.
You mean like they're brutal attacks of innocent people? Their defense of scumbags? Oh, what possibly could the videos be referring to?
These videos are affiliated with an influencer on YouTube and other social media platforms and stem from a dispute involving Legos that originates in the state of Oregon.
Could be a small nitpick because I'm in the community. It's not Legos, it's Lego. The plural is Lego. I don't typically care. In fact, personally, I say Legos just because that's what I said since I was a kid. So that's what I naturally say. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But they don't deserve the common decency, so I'm going to be an ass about it. Oh, and by the way, I will be swearing throughout this video. Next video I make, I have a few videos planned. One of the videos is going over the Ninjago timeline. So if you're interested in that, stick around. But I'm going to cover this as much as I can. Just so that way I can get the word out there about the situation. Because this is a very serious situation, and it gets worse by the day, apparently.
In this message, we will be presenting 4 different cases and police responses from our police department, and will provide a detailed overview as to what happened and what our actions were.
that you won't be able to hear because, good lord, we can't get a microphone. We can help corrupt people steal Legos from sick families, but we can't get a microphone. Case number 26AF01974. I don't know how to look those up, so hopefully someone can. The date was March 8th of this year.
On March 8th, 2026, an American Fork resident, Joshua Johnson, requested phone contact from the American Fork Police Department regarding a suspicious individual who had earlier arrived at his home. Officer Tonga with the American Fork Police Department contacted Mr. Johnson by phone.
The only suspicious person here is Joshua Johnson. Specifically how a worm like him could exist on the face of the planet. But also, besides that receding hairline over there, and the fact that you're more shiny than a Pokemon, I mean, Jesus Christ, they need to lower the exposure. It actually kind of looks like, a Lego set review from people who just like, they put it in light boxes. Like specifically, I saw one earlier today, and I love this YouTuber specifically. Oh, this is all horrifying. Oh my god, I'm gonna put something so you don't have to see this.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike.
It looks like he's in a light box. Like freaking this. This is so funny. It looks like he's in a goddamn light box. It looks like he's in a light box. This is awful. This lighting is horrendous. Like, at least this, you can see the details of the set. This isn't even his normal recording setup because I guess he was traveling. This is just awful. It looks like he's in the anti-void.
Mr. Johnson reported that earlier that same day, a suspicious male had been at his residence. He stated the male was wearing a baseball cap with a UPS logo taped onto it. Mr. Johnson also reported that a suspicious package had been left at the residence. He explained that what appeared suspicious was that the shipping...
I feel like we should not be showing off addresses. But okay.
...label did not look legitimate. The package was later determined to contain rubber ducks.
The dangerous rubber ducks! Oh my god! The world's in danger. The rubber ducks are attacking. Poor Joshua. Whatever will we do? Oh my god. It's almost like this would all stop if he returned the stolen product and reimbursed the family.
Mr. Johnson reported to Officer Tonga that he believed the male was an individual named Benjamin Snyder, who, according to Johnson, operates a YouTube channel. Mr. Johnson further explained that civil proceedings were occurring in Oregon and stated that he believed Snyder was sending individuals to his home to harass him.
Well, that's what happens when you're a piece of shit. Complete awful human being. By the way, there's a phone call recording where he makes so many threats. He's genuinely the scum of the earth. This man.
While Officer Tonga was still on the phone with Mr. Johnson, Johnson reported that two females had exited a vehicle and were walking toward his property. He also reported that a male driver remained inside the vehicle. Officers Tonga and Richardson responded to the area. Officer Tonga contacted the driver, who identified himself as Benjamin Adams. Although Adams initially stated he was there for unrelated reasons, he later admitted he had been filming Mr. Johnson while Johnson was walking around the exterior of his residence. Adams told Officer Tonga that an individual named Benjamin Snyder had flown into Utah on March 7th, 2026, and had contacted Adams requesting assistance with filming, for which Adams would be compensated by Snyder. Adams reported that Snyder had left prior to officers' arrival and stated Snyder was driving a dark-colored Hyundai passenger car. Officer Tonga issued Adams a trespass warning at Mr. Johnson's request and instructed him not to return to Mr. Johnson's residence.
So this is all their accounts, which he does lie about them pretty consistently. Most of what this man says is a lie. A bold-faced fucking lie. Because if I go to, I believe his name, yeah, Reckless Ben. Sorry, it breaks my mind. Love the video. I watched it earlier. Reckless Ben. I thought it was spelled weird, but no, Reckless Ben. So yeah, so these videos. They're very long. But this is basically all about third floor. Step outside. I'm gonna have to edit those out, but yeah.
Don't move. This is the story of how I got swatted, all because of Legos. The whole thing started with me investigating a Lego company called Bricks and Minifigs. The company sent 2 guys.
Yeah, so I believe, hold on. I don't know why he's in his underwear there, but I believe this is what he's referring to.
Johnson saved the day. And we'll give him this trophy, but he has to give the Legos back first. So we started driving to Josh's house to have this good faith conversation the court requires us to.
Yeah, so that's the other part. So they're saying that people are coming over. Literally, the court was requiring them to talk to this guy, which obviously they now can't do because they've been trespassed. But there's no, it's not like he's open to conversations either way.
To have. We're in Josh's neighborhood. Oh my gosh. But when we showed up, Josh was already outside talking on the phone to someone. Oh my gosh, okay, Josh is outside on the phone.
It's crazy.
Wait, do I interrupt his phone call or do we just like wait?
Interrupt his phone call?
No, probably not. I thought it would be pretty rude to interrupt his phone call, so we parked around the corner and decided to wait for him to get off this call. I like how we just have this conversation outside.
Right. He doesn't want to get his wife involved. He's hiding something.
Everything's good, honey.
What the heck?
I'm pretty sure Josh is on the phone with corporate Bricks and Minifigs. And the reason I think that is we were actually just there right before this. Okay, pulling up to... Okay. Well... No, they said they're getting some guy to talk to us. We're just waiting.
I can already tell you right now, no one's coming out to talk to you guys.
Really? But they told us that they were.
I know.
Since Josh only lives like 15 minutes away, they must have informed him that we're in the area. Because a few minutes later, this happened. The police just showed up. What the heck? Why are the police at his house?
Oh, there's another one, dude. 2 cop cars.
3 cop cars?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so sorry, this I have to I haven't watched everything. I don't know everything by heart. I watched Moist Critical's reporting on it. I haven't actually pulled out this video, so I don't know where the exact timestamps are. But this is what I think they're referring to. Obviously I don't have the date of when this happened. I know this uploaded yesterday, but I don't have the date of when this happened. But this is
approximately the same time Officer Richardson arrived in the area and located a dark-colored Hyundai vehicle. Richardson initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle for failing to stop before the stop line at a stop sign.
which is a lie. And the reason why we know it's a lie is because there was dash cam footage where they fully stopped. And it should be somewhere in this video as well.
Yeah, the cops are following us. What the heck? That's so crazy, dude. Obey every traffic law.
He's got his lights on.
Oh, shoot.
He's pulling us over.
My name's Officer Richardson with American Police. The reason I stopped you is the stop sign. You didn't stop that.
I didn't? I thought I stopped.
Yeah, you definitely stopped. So you said you ran a stop sign?
Huh?
You said you ran a stop sign?
I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, I was like...
Because we definitely stopped at the stop
we
sign.
stopped.
Yeah. I was so sure that we stopped at the stop sign that I actually requested all the police footage of this. And as you can see, we didn't even do a rolling stop. We fully stopped at the stop sign. So this isn't it.
There, full stop. So that was a lie.
And failing to stop completely at that stop sign.
Nope, fully stopped. Again, we literally just witnessed that.
I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, I was like...
Because we definitely
You didn't see what happened, but they pulled them
stopped
over.
at the stop
we
sign.
stopped.
Yeah. I was so sure that we stopped at the stop sign that I actually requested all the police footage of this. And as you can see, we didn't even do a rolling stop.
Yep, full stop.
We fully
There's not even a
stopped at the
question
stop
about
sign.
that.
So this isn't.
That was full stop right there.
Richardson contacted the driver, who identified himself as Tyler Shaw. A rear passenger also identified himself as Benjamin Schneider. When Officer Tonga arrived at the scene of the traffic stop, He spoke with Snyder, who stated he was in Utah filming a series regarding civil proceedings originating out of Oregon. Both individuals denied any involvement in delivering the package. At that point, Officer Tonga determined that Adams, Shaw, and Snyder did not appear to have committed any violations of Utah's criminal code. Officer Tonga advised Shaw and Snyder
They also didn't commit any violation of the traffic code, which caused the stop in the first place. However,
that they were trespassed from Mr. Johnson's property and could not return. Both individuals acknowledged the trespass warning and were released.
and so now there goes the we can no longer discuss things.
This old man spent his entire life collecting the world's largest Star Wars Lego collection set. The only problem is it's a crazy story, and the police officer did not believe me.
$200,000. $200,000. It sounds crazy.
Yeah. When the officer went back to his car, this is the message that he radioed in.
Hey, can you get the contact for Reckless Ben? He said he didn't have his ID, but he's just straight lying to me about everything else, so...
Since the cops don't believe my story, they trespassed me from the property.
Everybody today is being trespassed from that property.
Okay.
Yeah, we were forced to go home without having this good faith conversation the court requires us to have.
Yeah, what do we do now, dude? Like, we didn't even, get to talk to him, and we're in trespass. So, dude.
The one thing I didn't understand was how the heck did they know we were coming? I was hiding in the back seat the entire time, and the car's windows were extremely tinted.
Are so tinted, you can't see anything.
But as I was outside inspecting our car tint, the same police showed up to our house.
Oh no, we're getting pulled over again?
And it was weird. He wouldn't tell us why he was here.
Like I said, we've already talked about it.
Yeah, well, thanks for being so cool about everything.
Yeah.
They're like after us, dude.
Anyways, since Josh clearly doesn't want to have this good faith conversation with me.
So yeah, so that's basically that part of there was no stop. They don't reference this either. So this is a completely different situation. So let's see what they have to say about this.
On March 9th, 2026, Joshua Johnson again contacted our department to report that a male was at his front door, ringing the doorbell and knocking. Mr. Johnson reported the male claimed to be part of a YouTube initiative, and Mr. Johnson stated that the male was harassing him. Johnson also...
You know, it's funny. Everyone's harassing him, but, no one's talked to him. No one's talked to this fucking guy yet. Isn't it crazy? No one's interacted with him. They come up to try to talk to him because there's something important happening, and he refuses to talk to them, and then they come back. Crazy, isn't it? And now, granted, harassment is a serious thing. People actually do suffer from harassment. However, you did something blatantly illegal. You screwed over a family with seemingly no remorse. And people are coming to get their dues. And you're surprised? You're surprised about this outcome? And then they show up at the door and you're like, they're harassing me? Are you that dense?
It's reported that the male had pounded on the door, opened the screen door, attempted to open the front door, and had looked through some of the windows to the residence. Officer Hawkins with the American Fork Police Department responded and contacted the male, who identified himself as Christian Morgan. Morgan told Officer Hawkins he was attempting to help his friend Benjamin Snyder contact Mr. Johnson regarding a dispute involving a business known as Bricks and Minifigs and some alleged money that was owed. Officer Hawkins asked Morgan how he became involved. Morgan stated that Snyder had posted on Instagram indicating he was coming to Utah and needed assistance from locals to get around town. Morgan offered to help and explained that at one point while he was in the vehicle with Snyder, Snyder requested help contacting Mr. Johnson.
Because he cannot contact him now. He's been trespassed. So yeah, he's gonna get help from other people. You're ignoring the court part. They're not even bringing up the fucking court. It makes me so mad. They're not bringing up the court part. And bringing up the court part is extraordinarily important. It's not like they're just going out of their way to fuck with him. Right? There's a court order where they have to talk to this guy. They can't just not fucking talk to him. Like, you get that part, right? Is that leaving your brain just like freaking your hair? God.
Morgan told Officer Hawkins that Snyder was likely nearby in a church parking lot. Officer Hawkins determined that Morgan had falsely represented himself to Mr. Johnson through his doorbell camera as belonging to a nearby church congregation that did not exist. Morgan had also told Mr. Johnson that he had been sent by Johnson's church leader. Morgan acknowledged to Officer...
I'm not sure what he's referring to with this. Let's see. Let's skip to the next day.
Of the store named Brandon Best. Brandon is the guy in the security camera footage that illegally kicked the first owner out of the store so he could steal all their Legos. I tried calling him, but I am also blocked.
I'm sorry.
The only option left is to show up to his house.
This is Brandon's house. I'm assuming this is still with Joshua, I think.
Officer Hawkins determined that Morgan had falsely represented himself to Mr. Johnson. That Snyder was...
Yeah, this is Johnson still. So this has nothing to do with this guy. Frankly, I still don't know what they're talking about.
Hello?
Also, I want to talk about Brandon Best here for a little bit. Look at this motherfucker's blank ass stare.
Hey, well, I was wondering if you'd be down to pay us for the lawsuit that we won.
Just staring there, fucking dead in the eyes. This is the eyes of a man who has no heart, no soul. Lights are on, but no one's home. Look how small those pupils are. Look how much of a fucking loser this guy is. Look, just a staring contest. Which, by the way, if it was a it's gonna choose like a fucking staring contest. Just like eyeing him down. And he loses the staring contest. He blinks.
I was wondering if you'd be down to pay us.
He just looks at him like he has 3 heads. This guy looks like he's high as a kite.
For the lawsuit that we won.
Granted, this is a very different like event because they're only talking about Jonathan. This is Brandon, who still is a bitch. Who just stands there?
It seems like Brandon doesn't want to have this good faith conversation.
He just standing there? Look at the divorced man he looks like. I don't know if he's divorced. He should be divorced. But good God.
Obviously win again, but
then
he starts scrolling on TikTok.
The police showed up, and again, for some reason, they are really trying to protect these criminals.
He didn't steal anything. He inherited the store.
This cop here is a fucking idiot. He didn't inherit the store. They stole the store.
No, he stole $200,000
How do you know this?
Because they won a lawsuit. Because there's an investigation. We have receipts, dog. Like this is also a very accusatory way that she said. How do you know that? It says saying, oh, well, do you have, let me see some of that evidence and then we can go from there. No, she just fucking falls like, you're lying. How do you know?
I've been spending the last 3 months in the case and I won in court.
He inherited the store.
But they had a consignment deal and they are no longer honoring that consignment deal, but they kept the Legos, therefore he stole the Legos.
He's being blamed for everything that the previous owner did.
In accordance with the franchise. Therefore, as inheriting the store, he inherits what the previous actions of the owner. You don't get to say he just inherited the store because he inherits the store and the previous actions and contracts and agreements. Is that not how that works? I guarantee that's how that works.
And he's trying
well, that's a lie. So we.
Okay, hold on.
Well, and normally I don't like when people interrupt people. However, if you're just gonna talk out your ass and without any information, respectfully shut the fuck up. Disrespectfully shut the fuck up. They have so much more patience than I do. I'm a kind of an asshole sometimes. I can be an asshole, especially when I'm mad. They make me very mad. These people make me very mad.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He's still trying to clean up the mess from the previous owner, and
they shut down the store. The store shut down now. There's no mess to clean.
now he's catching blame for it, and he's just trying to clean.
So this is May 1st now.
Of the mess from the previous owner.
No, him
And this was, what was it? This was March 9th.
saying that it's the previous owner, that's a lie, and we already proved this in court.
If
Okay.
you come back and step foot on
We proved it in court. We don't care.
this property, you're gonna go to jail.
And we're not going to do anything about the legal system. We sort of uphold the law. We're not doing that shit, though. Who the fuck do you think we are? The cops?
The police gave me a formal trespass notice, which I took a picture of it and sent it to the court as proof I tried to have this good faith conversation, but Brandon didn't want to have it with me. And turns out this was good enough. My court case with Brandon Best got accepted. But my court case with Josh is still going to be rejected until I find a way to have this good faith conversation with him. So I decided to see if I could find Josh online, to see if I could look up any more information about him.
Guys. Yeah, they all look the same. No.
Joshua Johnson.
Yeah, Joshua Johnson.
Lower their tax liabilities and minimize their exposure to lawsuits. That's hella ironic. Are you kidding me, dude? That's what he's known for, is reducing people's exposure to lawsuits.
After some more research, we found out that both Josh and Brandon are super hardcore Mormon, which was actually extremely surprising to me, because if Josh and Brandon are truly Mormons, they believe that stealing is wrong, and if they steal...
I still know there's no light in this. Maybe they're gonna show body cam so I can actually like link. Okay, I'm trying to find where this happened, but I guess not.
It's likely nearby in a church parking lot.
Who cares?
Officer Hawkins determined that Morgan had falsely represented himself to Mr. Johnson through his doorbell camera. That did not exist. Morgan had also told...
Are you gonna show the footage? Show the footage. Show some receipts, because I don't believe a word you say after you just lied in the last case.
Johnson that he had been sent by Johnson's church leader. Morgan acknowledged to Officer Hawkins that these statements were false and that he had made them at the...
Oh, clearly you have body cam footage to show in this video, correct?
Officer Hawkins issued Morgan a trespass warning and instructed him not to return to the residence.
We have body cam footage, correct?
Prepared to locate Snyder as part of the investigation.
And we have body cam footage!
Walking toward a Hyundai passenger vehicle occupied by several individuals. Officer Hawkins believed Snyder may have been inside of the vehicle and intended to contact him as part of...
Oh, is this the phone thing?
Officer Hawkins initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle.
Which, by the way, fuck the traffic stop. Like, they keep traffic stopping them for no reason. But, like, you follow them to a vehicle and then just stop them just cuz.
As this occurred, Morgan turned away from the vehicle and ran away from officers. Officers did not pursue Morgan
because we don't have footage of this.
He had not committed a crime, and Morgan was not observed again by our officers. Officer Hawkins discovered the vehicle was occupied by Tyler Shaw and Benjamin Snyder, both of whom had been trespassed from Mr. Johnson's residence
And they did not go to the residence that you said they were in a parking lot.
Previous day. As Officer Hawkins spoke with Shaw and Snyder, they initially denied sending Morgan to the residence. Later in this conversation, Snyder admitted they had indeed sent Morgan and another unidentified individual to attempt to contact Mr. Johnson because, according to Snyder, their civil case could not proceed without an attempt at verbal reconciliation.
Hey, finally we got a mention of it.
During the interaction, Officer Froughton indicated he believed Shaw's eyes appeared glossy and expressed...
Oh, this is this thing! So they're lying about this. So in the body cam footage, I don't feel like pulling it up, but in the body cam footage, the cop specifically says, but basically the cop said on footage, you know what? I'm not gonna stoop as low as them. I'm gonna find the footage.
This officer is going to conduct a search of your person because there are legal substances in the vehicle. Really?
What illegal substances?
So he's going to do that. I'm going to put this away, and then we'll be right. Don't reach in your pockets for me, okay? Sounds good. Thank you. After this, the vehicle will be searched, okay? I'm going to have you stick by with my sergeant.
After 2 hours of searching the car, obviously they found no drugs.
So, you didn't find
I explained to the police that we didn't have drugs, and the reality of the situation is that Bricks and Minifigs is so desperate at this point that they're willing to do anything to get us arrested so they don't have to pay for the property they stole. And the police was arguing back with just some of the worst comebacks I've ever heard, which is why I think the police actually redacted this audio in this clip, because if they kept the audio in, then the world would get to see how stupid the American Fork Police Department is. But anyways, even though we were passing every single drug test they gave us, they were still not going to let us go until we told them where the drugs were.
Your eyes, for example, right? Right. There's a constriction, which is dilated.
They're basically like, they basically strong arm them. And there is no reason. There is no reason.
And then
Do you notice it?
So I haven't been looking at this. I'll show him. Look, go ahead and look at him.
Oh, look at you?
Yep.
You do see it?
So
It's crazy. I have no idea, because I've never done any drugs in my life. I don't do drugs. I don't do alcohol. I've never done any of that in my life. I'm willing to do any drug tests.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very cooperative. I don't understand, what you're seeing in my eyes.
I'm going to have a discussion with this officer.
And then the police department illegally redacted this conversation too. My guess is that they acknowledged that it's very obvious we don't have drugs on us, but they were going to try and pressure us into giving some type of false confession anyways.
I'm not sure if you're lying to me or not, to be honest.
I'm willing to take any drug test.
Don't know that we're lying to you or not. We didn't find any drugs. We have no reason to believe that you're doing drugs, but it's in your eyes, man. And by the way, I do know when you do drugs, like, your eyes can look a little bit weird, but I mean, they obviously aren't on drugs. They're obviously reaching. We know that they didn't do drugs.
Very dangerous line, which can get you hemmed up a lot.
And plus, they did every test and passed, so I mean.
Yeah.
You could end up in jail in Utah when you're from Cali.
Okay.
Not worth it, right?
Yeah.
We play differently here.
Play corrupt is what we play.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
I'm willing to cooperate with you guys and do anything you want me to, because I'm not hiding anything. I can promise you that. I promise.
We weren't giving the police a false confession like they wanted, so eventually I guess they just got tired and let us go.
We'll let you guys go now, but you're walking a thin line. Just be mindful of that. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So this is what happened, and this is what they're saying. Oh, I forgot how fucking quiet this motherfucker is. Get a microphone. It's not. My first mic on my first ever YouTube channel. Hold on, I'll fucking pull it up. I'll fucking pull up my first ever YouTube video. Here we are. Videos. Oldest. I got this mic for $10. Alright. Let's straight right into Lego Batman 3. Yeah, I suck at YouTube, I know. But that's what I could get for only a few bucks. A whole police department can't get a microphone for this man.
Mr. Hawkins asked Shaw if he would be willing to participate in field sobriety testing to ensure he was safe to drive.
In which he passed.
Field sobriety tests were conducted and no signs of impairment were observed.
He look at the face ball he made. Look.
Participate in field sobriety testing to ensure he was safe to drive. Shaw agreed. Field sobriety tests were conducted and no signs of impairment were observed.
He was like, yeah, bullshit. Like, brother, get with the program. They proved they were sober.
During this same time, while Officer Hawkins was conducting his investigation, Officer Froughton used his police service dog to conduct an open-air sniff around the vehicle. Froughton's police service dog alerted to the presence of the odor of a controlled substance, and the vehicle was subsequently searched. No illegal substances were located inside of the vehicle. At one point during a conversation, Snyder admitted to Officer Hawkins that he and Shaw had actually delivered a package of ducks to Mr. Johnson's residence with the intent to have Mr. Johnson sign a fake delivery confirmation on Snyder's phone.
That's crazy. That was not in this at all. That was crazy. They showed like the whole interaction. That didn't happen.
So that Snyder could later use that
Maybe show. Can you have the body cam footage? Obviously, show it. You have the receipts in your archives, I imagine. Show us. Show us where they're lying, and then we can go from there.
To create a forged contract claiming Snyder could not be.
Because that's a huge accusation, dude. They're giving material for them to sue. Dude, it's not just Brixton Minifigs that could get sued at this point. Or like the Benny boy over there. Or not Ben. It was the fucking Josh and what's his face? Staring contest boy. Staring contest and Josh over there. They can get sued. The police department can 100% get sued at this point. And they're screwed because they have zero evidence. It's something that they've shown.
Trespassed from the property for 5 years. Snyder indicated he did not believe there was anything wrong with this.
Actually, you know what?
And believed that there was nothing wrong with his posing as a UPS delivery driver. Ultimately, Officer Hawkins warned Shaw and Snyder again that they were.
We're at 8:20. Okay.
Mel had pounded on the door, opened Big, asked Morgan how he became involved. Morgan. Time Officer Richardson arrived in.
Okay.
And also reported that the.
Okay. Let's find this.
9th, 2026.
Goddamn. Stop it. All right. American Fork Police Department. Let's see here. They're closed. The department's closed. Official website. How do I look this up? How do I look up the case number? Hold on, let me get the notes tab up. You should. This should be very easy. Notes. $26. Because that's such an astronomical claim. So I'm assuming it'll be under the case number, right? Of course. They want to give us the case number for no reason. Let's see. No results found. Let's see. About American Fork. Let's see here. Urban report concern. Public Works. Senior. Police. Report a crime. Submit a police complaint. Animal control. Records management. Tip a cop. Neighborhood watch. Traffic school. Records manage. No, it would be. Yeah, records management. Accident hit. Oh, so I have to pay for them. That's so funny. Okay, so where we're at, 8:20.
Again, that they were approaching conduct that could potentially constitute harassment or stalking if they continue to send individuals to Mr. Johnson's residence. Officer Hawkins reaffirmed the trespass warning and released both of them from the scene.
Okay. This is the March 10th now. Super scary.
On March 10th, 2026, Kaylee Johnson, the wife of Joshua Johnson, reported.
Wow, the scumbag has married. He has wedded someone. I honestly can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Reported that a female was standing near the front door of her residence, taking photographs of the home. The female was described as wearing long, fake, curly hair.
All right, so this situation that he's referring to is where they actually had to hire someone to serve the papers because they can't do it. They're fucking trespassed. He will not leave his property or house because he's not getting served. What do? They hire someone to go take care of it for them. And they just refuses to come out. So a lot of the times what these people will do, because they don't want to tip off the person, they'll put like wigs and disguises on, so they'll go and kind of trick them into accepting the papers so that way they can actually get sued and start the court process. Which I think is really dumb. I feel like if someone gets sued, the court should just deliver the paper and documents.
Shortly afterward, Joshua Johnson contacted police and reported he was going to shoot someone as a result.
Which, by the way, I think that's illegal. If you call the police. I'm pretty, yeah, that's the threat. So that's illegal. What he did there is legal. Because that's considered a threat.
Of the ongoing harassment. Multiple officers.
It's an ongoing theft, you fucking dumbass! Jesus Christ.
Immediately responded to the area. While en route, Officer Sumbot with the American Fork Police Department contacted Mr. Johnson by phone. Mr. Johnson reported that Benjamin Snyder and several affiliates were outside of his residence and had approached the home, frightening his wife and his children.
I'm sure. I'm 100% sure. I'm sure. Do you have the phone calls, maybe, that you would like to share to us? You come with accusations and have provided 0 receipts. Maybe in the description. Oh, here it is. The Dropbox. Here we go. The link is temporarily disabled. The link is temporarily disabled. Oh, that's so funny. I'm assuming that they did it. Because they're not getting the benefit of the doubt from me. But let's go. I don't want to spoil the comments too much.
When Officer Sumbot arrived, he located a vehicle parked north of the Johnson residence, and that vehicle was occupied by Sierra Lautz and Benjamin Snyder. Officer Sumbot asked what they were doing in the area. Snyder stated that he was involved in a court case and needed to provide legal paperwork to Mr. Johnson.
Yep.
Snyder indicated he worked for himself and that Lautz was his process server.
Yep.
Officer Sumbot then contacted Mr. Johnson to gather additional information regarding the situation. Mr. Johnson explained there was an ongoing dispute involving a Bricks and Minifigs franchise located in Oregon. Mr. Johnson stated that the prior owner, Crystal Law, had reportedly abandoned the store.
Which is a fucking lie, and we have video evidence, baby! Woo! So what happened was she was kicked out of the store. Forced to leave.
And requested that corporate representatives take over the location.
Not what happened in the slightest. She was trying to do inventory, try to sell everything, and they were just like, no, get the fuck out of here! You're gone, your service is no longer required. We'll handle everything from here on out. And they have done a horrible job ever since.
Mr. Johnson identified himself as an employee of Bricks and Minifigs and stated that he had been sent to the store to secure the franchise location and protect company assets.
Assets that aren't theirs. Assets that aren't theirs. And I love how they take they take this man's word like gospel. Every time he speaks, they're like, yes, of course, sir. Shall I gobble on your nuts some more? Because they're fucking not questioning it. They don't look into him at all. Nothing. No, they're only looking into freaking Reckless Ben. They're only looking into Ben. They're not looking in to anyone else because they don't care about what he's doing. They don't care about the truth. They're just protecting him. Because if you look into it for more than 30 seconds, there's videos upon videos of proof that you're lying. There's proof that you're lying right now. But you're sitting here, looking at us with a straight face, fucking lying to us.
Mr. Johnson further explained that Law had entered into a consignment agreement with an individual named Brian Mansell, but according to Johnson, Mansell had not been paid.
Correct, he has not been paid, and the product was not returned to him.
Mr. Johnson stated that when he arrived at the Oregon franchise location, Mansell demanded payment from Johnson and his business partner. Johnson reported that corporate representatives advised him they would address the consignment issue directly. However,
And they didn't.
Johnson claimed that Mansell continued attempting to hold Johnson and his business partner personally responsible under
Because they were in charge of it at that point. The reason why they're being held responsible is because they were the ones physically in charge of it at that point. They took it over. They were the ones in charge of that store. So therefore, anything that happens with that store, while Bricks and Minifigs, I agree, should be liable, they're also responsible for anything that happened in that store. They're the ones that threw them out. They're the ones who are refusing to cooperate. Everyone here isn't a good person with Bricks and Minifigs, and you're just sitting here not acknowledging that.
the agreement. Mr. Johnson also reported there were Lego sets believed to belong to Mansell that remained at the store.
Yes.
According to Johnson, they offered to return those items, but
They did not. I believe that there was they did say they would give something to them, but it was so much less. Again, the value was around $200,000, and they're only going to give $2,000 worth of Legos back. So absolutely ridiculous. Not even a compromise. That was just a fuck off deal to them.
Mansell refused and continued demanding compensation. Mr. Johnson alleged that Mansell had hired Benjamin Snyder to harass, stalk, vandalize the store, threaten to murder the manager of the store.
None of that happened, but I'm sure you'll show receipts, right? They won't show receipts. They'll never show receipts. They have not shown any receipts in this whole video.
And forged signatures. Mr. Johnson then explained to Officer Sumbot several incidences from the previous days allegedly involving Snyder and or Snyder's affiliates. Officer Sumbot informed Mr. Johnson that Snyder stated he was present with a process server to serve legal paperwork. Mr. Johnson claimed the paperwork was fraudulent.
Which it wasn't. And the funniest part is, I don't know if he'll say it, but a cop actually, I saw the body cam footage where the cop actually goes to the police car, calls the place out, was like, hey, is this legitimate? Yeah, it's legitimate. And that's it, and that's where it ends.
Officer Sumbot again contacted Snyder, who stated they needed to physically deliver copies of the paperwork to Mr. Johnson. Officer Sumbot's report states, Snyder told me he was following the government's instructions and that Johnson keeps calling the cops on him to avoid getting in trouble for his crimes.
Which is crazy. The fact that the cops have shown up every time and nothing has happened. Which, by the way, this is also the strongest use of police for a quote-unquote stalker. Never have I seen a situation where the police have actually done anything. But they're being like a militia. They're spawning there at this point.
Snyder said this is the third time Johnson has called the cops because he thinks that if he keeps calling the cops on him, he can get away with it. But we are telling him that he's not going to get away with these crimes. Snyder allowed Officer Sumbot,
and he's getting away with it thanks to you and your stupid, corrupt police department.
To take the paperwork to Mr. Johnson, which Officer Sumbot did in an attempt to help Mr. Snyder. Officer Sumbot advised Mr. Johnson that the paperwork appeared to be related to a claim and a case that originated in Oregon. Mr. Johnson stated that he had already contacted the Oregon Law Enforcement Agency with jurisdiction, which was the Kaiser Police Department, and had been told that nothing had been filed. Mr. Johnson also stated he believed the situation was being created solely for YouTube content purposes and declined to accept service.
And that's a lie.
Officer Sumbot.
Which, by the way, you can't fucking deny that. You can't deny legal paperwork. That's not something you can do. Not all something you can do. That's so fucking funny. You aren't allowed to do that.
Contacted the Marion County Circuit Court in Oregon to verify the legitimacy of the paperwork. The court confirmed that the case was indeed legitimate, but that papers had already been served and no hearing.
Which is not what gets shown on. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to fucking pull it up.
Oh, sure. The
For
paper?
what?
The serving paper?
Yeah.
This is the third time they've shown up. This is not, I don't think, normal police protocol. They're like spawn camping these guys.
Here you go. Well,
Do they think it's a false case? What the heck?
thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Trying to speak with someone to verify if a case is, just verify if a case is real.
Yeah, looks like a real small claims case in our court.
Okay, thank you for your help. That's all for today. Thank you.
All right, that's what I really wanted to show here. That there was nothing else. It was already claimed. The papers were already served. That isn't what happened. The body cam proves it. There's just a lie here.
Date had yet been scheduled.
Again, a lie. Oh wait, we are having body cam footage.
Hello. I see those papers? Yeah. So this is what you're trying to serve them with?
Yes. That's required by the court that we have. I wish we could just send them an email. I wish we could just send them a phone call, or the court could send it to them, but this is what we're required to do from the United States court. So we're just following the instructions of the government.
Have you guys been here before?
I have once. I came one time to have a good faith conversation with them before suing, which the government also requires us to have before.
So are you Benjamin Schneider?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm just following basically the instructions of the government, and he keeps calling the cops on me to try to avoid getting in trouble for his crimes.
Okay.
So that's why he keeps calling. This is like the third time he's called the cops now on us, because he thinks if I just call the cops on me, he can get away with it. But we're showing him like we're not gonna let him get away with his crime. So.
Okay. You okay if I give these papers to him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Hang tight. We're gonna finish up some things on our end when we try to.
Okay, we might need you to fill out some documents later then, as proof of service, if that's okay, but because whoever serves him has to fill out a proof of service and might have to fill out some court papers, but that's just the legal way to do it.
This is all that was cut out. Was just him saying that, oh, he's got to do some paperwork. That's really it. That was in the other video.
Okay. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay.
And then he goes, and audio cut, random cut. So they have nothing from the other guy. So no, you don't get to say what he said. Show us. So I don't believe what you said because you lied. I just showed that you lied just now.
He does not want the paper. So
He's not want the papers?
here's that back for you.
Okay.
That sucks.
He wanted you trespassed.
What didn't go on the property?
With the involved parties, a sign was also located on the park strip across from Mr. Johnson's residence.
Public space, literally no problems. They can't do anything about that.
The sign depicted Mr. Johnson holding U.S. currency in both hands while standing
Yes,
in
it
front
did.
of an elderly man lying in a hospital bed.
Yes, it does.
The sign contained the statement, "I stole a dying man's life savings."
Yes, it does.
Snyder admitted he had placed the sign earlier that day. Officer Sumbot advised Snyder that, based on the ongoing conduct being reported and observed, officers believed his actions were approaching the statutory elements of stalking under Utah law. Specifically,
Well, I mean, he would come serve the papers and they would leave him alone. Like, he could just get served and they'd be gone. But no, he's dragging it out.
the officers expressed concern regarding repeated appearances at the residence.
But no concern about the family whose life savings got stolen because you won't listen to the other party. You're only, stopping on one party over there. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Directing multiple individuals to contact the family, photographing the home, and placing objects and signs at the property. Officers had already given Snyder earlier warnings. Snyder responded that he believed he was following court procedure.
He was.
An individual commits stalking.
Let's read these, shall we? Engages in court conduct directed at a specific individual and knows or is reckless as to whether the court would cause a reasonable person fear for own safety. There was no threats or anything. Just more embarrassment than anything, and emotional distress, or violates stalking injunction. Don't know what that is. Criminal stalking doesn't really clarify what that is. So far there was no threats or anything. So I guess you could argue stalking, but that's at best. At worst, he just needs to deliver these papers, and you're still not doing it.
If the individual intentionally or knowingly engages in a course of conduct directed at a specific individual and knows or is reckless as to whether that course of conduct would cause...
I already read it. Yeah, reading through, you can argue stalking at best. But also, he's being told to do this through the courts. So really, it's iffy. I feel like this would be a very great conversation because, again, not threatening. He is going through constantly, but also he's just doing what the court is telling him to do. He's just persistent with this suit.
As two or more acts.
I don't want to hear him read this.
That's the known facts at the time. Officers established probable cause that Snyder had committed the offenses of stalking and...
I'm sure. On top of the false reports, the blatant evidence that he is correct in doing what the courts tell him to do. But no, you're absolutely right. Down with Ben.
Targeted residential picketing under Utah law. Snyder was subsequently arrested and transported to the Utah County Jail.
And this is where how he was arrested. His height, weight, all his descriptions. I'm probably gonna put something up on this so that way you can't see his personal information, even though they fully doc some of this stuff, like the year he was born, his height, his weight, like a lot of stuff. His bail was nearly $2,000. Are you shitting me? That's bullshit. Then March 11th.
On March 11th, 2026, Joshua Johnson again contacted the American Fork Police Department to report that Benjamin Snyder and several affiliates were again in the area. Mr. Johnson reported that the individual he believed had been stalking him was across the street from his residence, placing another sign containing Johnson's photograph. Johnson also reported that individuals involved were speaking with his neighbors. Officer Richardson with the American Fork Police Department responded to the area and observed 4 individuals hanging a sign directly across from Johnson's residence.
Oh, this is the phone incident. Yeah, so this is still protected. This is still not
either the same sign or a replica of the sign that was referenced in case 26AF02033. Officer Richardson contacted the group and asked what they were doing. The group stated they were supporting a GoFundMe campaign for a dying man. One of the individuals, later identified as Sheldon Norcross, voluntarily showed Officer Richardson his phone to display the GoFundMe. While viewing the phone, Officer Richardson observed that Norcross was actively engaged in a FaceTime call. Officer Richardson asked Norcross who it was he was speaking with, and specifically asked whether it was Benjamin Snyder. Norcross confirmed Snyder was on the FaceTime call. After reviewing the known facts and the elements of Utah's stalking statute, and taking into consideration the new actions from that day, Officer Richardson established probable cause to arrest Snyder for an additional count of stalking. Specifically, Richardson believed Snyder was coordinating conduct through third parties that constituted a continued course of conduct under the statute we reviewed. Officer Richardson then decided to seize Norcross's phone, pending the approval of a search warrant, in order to preserve potential evidence and prevent the deletion or alteration of any data.
And he got pissed and basically refused to let him lock his own phone. So this is the whole
to get
situation.
Basically all this money back for this family.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to do the lawsuit anymore. We're just going to do this GoFundMe. We've already got it started.
It can run into some defamation stuff.
Again, the police were thinking of any technicality they could think of to protect their Mormon friend.
Look at your stalking code. See if it's that. If it's not, we're going to look at disorderly. If it's not disorderly, then we're going to look at the city ordinance.
But after going through every law they could think of, it turns out that hanging this sign on a fence and then taking a picture of it for Instagram is not illegal. In fact, what the group is doing is actually protected under the First Amendment, freedom of speech. So one of the police officers let the group know that they were okay to keep doing this.
Right now, I don't think you guys break the law.
But this other police officer wasn't able to accept this reality.
We're going to take it down.
And then for the rest of this footage, the police redacted all of the audio. So I called up the police station to find out why.
All the redactions are done pursuant to the Utah State Code. We don't redact things just because we feel like it or, you know, just because something looks funny. Everything is redacted pursuant to Utah State Code. And other than that, I can't really delve into any more detail.
So basically, we totally did to code. Trust us, guys.
Police made a mistake. They accidentally forgot to mute this police officer's audio, so when you sync the two clips together, I can actually hear what they're saying here.
He sees it or give it back? Is it an occasional crime? Is it disorderly conduct? Why? Is he upset about it? I mean, I guess, but that's not.
Yeah, this police officer is right. Just because this might make Josh upset does not make this poster illegal. So I decided to let the police department know that some of the redactions they made aren't exactly what they're claiming they are.
I think you guys might have accidentally forgot to redact another clip that was at the same time. And when I synced the two clips together, I was able to see what they were saying, like what the redaction was. And he was talking about how what we're doing actually isn't illegal and how the police officer might be wrong. And so it wasn't about protecting a victim. It wasn't any personal information. And so I was wondering, it seems like there might be a lot of stuff like that got redacted, maybe to protect the police officers, not to protect the victims, if that makes sense. And so...
Yeah, we don't do that. So like I said...
We don't do that. Then explain why the audio wasn't there. But when we synced it with the other guy's audio that you forgot to mute, we heard what happened. So explain that.
Anything that's redacted is pursuant to Utah State Code.
I can tell because when I sync the two clips together, I'm actually able to see that that's what the redaction was.
Okay, well, that didn't happen.
That definitely didn't happen.
That did happen. He just told you what happened. Like
happen.
No, I don't do that, Ben. I follow the Utah State Code, like I just said.
Okay. Well.
I don't know. It seems like the police department redacted this entire conversation because right here the police are actually admitting to themselves that none of this is illegal, but they're still going to try to arrest us anyways. It seems like the only reason they're getting rid of this audio is to protect the police officers from getting fired. I don't know what the police officers are saying in this next clip, but I'm pretty sure they're scheming up a way to get the group arrested because this is what happens next.
And Lieutenant Adamson can correct me if I'm wrong, but we're going to seize your phone right now.
Don't.
This is a little bitch boy right here. This is a little I want to be a tough guy. He's a little fucking pussy. And the reason why I'm calling him a little fucking pussy, look how aggressive he gets. Look how aggressive he gets over nothing. He doesn't do nothing. And he got shades because he thinks he's cool. He's a little bitch.
Do not do that.
Look how tough I am. He looks about to cry. He looks like he's scared to do that. He's like, oh, I think he's going to go punch me. I'm scared. He's such a little bitch. Trying to act all tough because why? He didn't do anything.
Understand me? Right now you're attempting to destroy evidence.
Attempting to destroy evidence, he says. Let's see that handoff again, shall we? Let's see that handoff again. Let's see how great this man was at destroying evidence.
Do that. You understand?
Next.
And Lieutenant Adamson can correct me if I'm wrong, but we're going to seize your phone right now.
Boom, like that. As soon as he gets the phone out, he rips it out of his hand.
Don't. Do not do that. You understand?
Now, I will never support violence. But Baldylocks over here. All I'm saying is they're very peaceful.
Understand me? Right now you're attempting to
And I can see the grays in his hair. Ooh, that little grays in his beard are not supporting him right now.
destroy evidence.
And the shine on your head doesn't fucking support. The shine on your head is so bright, it's blinding the rest of the fucking video. You mind fucking putting a hat on?
Okay, put your hands behind your back.
I was just locking my phone.
Okay, I'm going to switch over to the police officer's body cam POV so we can dissect what just happened. First, the police officer asks if he can confiscate
Baldylocks over here, shining. It's like the fucking Neptune clip. Bald!
Sheldon's phone, so Sheldon says, okay, and reaches in his pocket to give it to him. But at this point, Sheldon sees that his phone is unlocked. And at this moment, he decided that before giving it to the police officer, he was going to lock his phone, which is totally legal. There's no search warrant, so Sheldon is legally allowed to lock his phone. But as the police officer saw Sheldon's thumb moving towards that lock button,
the almighty lock button that completely wipes a phone's data, by the way.
He snatched it out of his hands, and now the police officer's claiming that because he...
Look at this shit. Look at that. He just yoinks that. Like it was just one quick motion. Even if that specific hand motion, he wasn't deleting shit. I have used a phone before. That hand motion, you're not going to be able to delete anything like that. It's at least 3 button presses, and he didn't do that. He just moved his thumb to the power button. Can't delete anything like that.
He tried to lock his phone, he's destroying evidence.
Silence.
Yeah, I was giving it to you.
Stop talking.
Look at this little bitch. Stop talking. Like, he thinks he's fucking Batman. He's not fucking Batman. All I'm saying, all right, again, I don't promote violence against officers, right? But, and this is something I remember hearing a lot in the comic book community. After a certain image was released, I don't talk politics. I'll refuse to talk politics. However, I'm a huge Batman fan. I love Batman. Batman works with the police. And that's not entirely true. He really only works with Jim Gordon and Renee Montoya. Everyone else, if he finds a reason, is getting a knuckle sandwich. Now, if this was Batman and a cop tried to pull that shit on Batman, he's laying on his ass. And I realized a great way to start living my life is by the Batman Code of Conduct. And what I mean by the Batman Code of Conduct is, what would Batman do in this situation? Or how would Batman feel about this situation? It's a great way to indicate whether you're in the right or wrong. And the reason why I use Batman, or I'll use Lloyd from Ninjago, is they're the people I have looked up to for a long time, so obviously their morals are important to follow. But Batman will never stand for this kind of corruption. He hates this shit. So this kind of action, Batman would absolutely fight. Tooth and nail. And granted, this is a small thing. Batman might not get involved in this per se, because he's probably chasing a giant a psycho clown around, but this is the type of stuff that Batman fights. Corruption. He and Jim helped wipe out corrupt police in GCPD, which makes me 100% believe that he would do it again here. Now, I don't support the violence, but I am saying that by my code of conduct, the code of Batman, this cop would get knocked the fuck out. And he's a little bitch because he's exerting power that he really doesn't deserve and shouldn't have. Because he wants to act like a tough guy because his wife doesn't love him, his kids don't respect him, because he's a fucking douchebag. A prick. That's all he is. He's a little fucking thug.
I was giving it to you.
Okay?
It's on my money. Look, it's on my wallet. I was turning it off.
Right now, this phone is being seized as part of this investigation, and you're being arrested. Okay, let's put him in the back of the car.
And the reason why I'm so upset about this specifically is because being a cop, you're supposed to be protecting everyone. You're supposed to be protecting rights. You're not supposed to be going on a power trip. And this man is clearly going on a power trip, and that makes me so enraged. It makes me super upset to see, because like, you're not supposed to go on a power trip. It's not a shut up, respect me because I'm a cop. It's a, okay, let's get to the bottom of this. What were you doing? You were locking your phone. Okay, I see it's not locked. You can lock it, because as that you have that right to not be able to let us go through your phone. But, and especially since they keep deleting evidence themselves, they keep deleting footage. The way this cop acted, extremely unprofessional and unacceptable. Arrested them for nothing. What they were doing was already seen as legal, but whatever. At this point, they're just throwing people in the slammer just because they feel like it. They're abusing their power, and it is sickening.
And again, the police decided to break the law, arrest Sheldon, all to protect an evil criminal.
And now let's hear what Little Scumbag McGee spokesperson has to say.
According to Officer Richardson's report, when Norcross was informed that the phone was going to be seized, Norcross immediately began manipulating the device.
Yeah, manipulating the device. Putting his thumb to the power button. The device. They have the body cam footage. The body cam footage is even public. And they're just sitting here ignoring it. Ignoring the footage that they took themselves. How do you record the crime and not even tell it right? You could have scripted this better. But no, and you as the chief of police should be ashamed of your officers and ashamed of yourself.
Richardson wrote in his report, Norcross then immediately opened his phone and began manipulating it, which
he was locking the phone. We saw him locking it. You're such an idiot.
Led myself and Lieutenant Adamson to believe he was attempting to destroy evidence on his device. At that point, Officer Richardson and Lieutenant Adamson forcibly removed the phone from Norcross's grasp after what Richardson describes in his report as a very brief altercation. Norcross was then detained in handcuffs as part of the stalking investigation. At this time, officers did not know where Snyder was located. While still on scene,
hopefully not,
Richardson received information from an American Fork resident stating that several YouTubers had been renting an Airbnb property from this citizen. Officers responded to the Airbnb with the intent to arrest Snyder for an additional count of stalking. Upon arrival, officers developed probable cause, including information gathered from video surveillance from the Airbnb, to believe that Snyder had entered the residence and had not yet exited. Officers then prepared a search warrant affidavit requesting authorization to enter the residence to locate and arrest Snyder.
For what cause? The stalking?
The Airbnb owner, the owner reported overhearing conversations about possible stolen.
See, the thing is, they weren't arresting him at that point. This is all this bullshit. But what gets better is this next part. This next part is so fucking funny.
Legos. Specifically, officers wrote in the search warrant affidavit, the homeowner also disclosed that he could hear multiple individuals inside the residence speaking about possibly stolen Lego toys they had taken.
Done. See, here's the thing. We have the evidence, right? Everything that you have talked about has been them getting the Legos back. They have not stolen anything. There's no evidence to prove that they stole anything. And of course they're talking about stolen Legos. You know what they're here for. The common sense isn't sensing right now.
Based on that information, officers added a request within the search warrant affidavit seeking authorization to also search for and seize possible stolen property, including Lego merchandise. 4th District Judge Roger W. Griffin reviewed and approved the search warrant. Officers executed the warrant as a knock and announce warrant.
And no, why don't we pull this part up?
You ready?
American Park Police Department, make yourself known.
Search warrant. Stand up. Step outside, everybody. Come on.
No. Don't move like that. You understand me? Don't move like that. Okay?
Yeah, this cop.
Yeah. This is a fucking crazy. It looks like he's trying to break his arm right here. Also, look at this little fluffy cat boy over here. I don't know. I think that's a cat. Look how fluffy this cat. He's just chilling.
Pulled my arm so far back it dislocated my shoulder.
And this is a stock image, by the way.
Claims it's because I was attempting to make an escape or something.
Don't move like that. You understand me? Don't move like that. Don't move quick. Everybody just chill.
But if we go back a little bit, you can see I was being completely still when he grabbed me, and I actually made 0 quick movements. So this police officer is just straight up lying so he can give me a serious injury.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
Yes. The police department got an official warrant to search our house for stolen Legos. I should have seen this coming. Josh did threaten me in the last video that if I go out and actually try to sue him, he's gonna come out and say that I'm the one that stole the Legos.
Okay, let's do it.
Fuck you, man. You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
Yeah, you're a fucking thief.
Dang.
Okay?
Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit just to give you guys some context, but I actually got a copy of this warrant.
The reason they were searching our house was, it says, there is now certain property or evidence described.
That's so crazy. So this is what he shows it, and they're saying it's for the stalking. Clearly, it was just this, right?
As any stolen merchandise, specifically Lego merchandise, evidence of illegal conduct on us that we stole the Legos. They're looking that we stole the Legos.
Which, so he just lied again.
What this means is that our officers take the time to knock on the door, to present themselves as officers,
And try to dislocate someone's shoulder.
decide that they have a search warrant. As they were doing this, individuals came to the door. Ultimately, 5 individuals exited the residence. Those individuals were identified as Benjamin Snyder, Tyler Shaw, male, who was later identified as a 16-year-old juvenile. As the individuals exited the residence, they were placed in handcuffs while officers secured the scene. During Snyder's detention, Lieutenant Adamson took hold of Snyder's right arm.
And tried to fucking break it.
Later reported that he felt Snyder tense his arm, at which point Adamson moved Snyder's right arm behind his back to place him into custody.
Really? That's a very interesting. Why don't we take a look at that? Why don't we take a look at that? Behind his back, right? Behind his back.
Mr. Snyder later addressed this incident
The wrong
in
fucking way.
his YouTube videos. In the X-ray image displayed by Mr. Snyder in that video, a small L is visible in the upper right-hand corner of the X-ray. The L indicates the image is that of the left shoulder. The video shows Lieutenant Adamson handling Snyder's right arm during the arrest. Additionally, officers documented no complaints of arm or shoulder pain by Mr. Snyder during his detention, transport, or booking process at the jail. All 5 individuals were transported to the American Fork Police Department. Due to limited interview room availability, the individuals were placed in a combination of interview rooms and holding cells while interviews were conducted. The juvenile male was also immediately released to his parents upon arrival at the police department. The 4 adult individuals agreed to interviews with Detective Nicosia. The contents of those interviews are documented in the Associated Police reports, which will be made available through a link accompanying this video.
Is it available yet?
Detective Nicosia determined that
No, still
Shaw,
disabled.
Allen, and Lautz appeared to have been acting at the direction and encouragement of Mr. Snyder.
Yeah.
These 3 individuals were ultimately released from the police department. Mr. Snyder was subsequently transported to the Utah County Jail, where he was booked for an additional charge of stalking.
Booked out. Rank and fork. No online photos. Released. Booking number. Booked out. Where does this say why? No holding on this charge. Forest District. 2,500 bail. It doesn't say why he was arrested in this one. Yeah, no. No, it doesn't say why he was arrested.
I
It
understand
doesn't say for
that
stalking.
people following this situation online have strong feelings regarding the underlying business.
Yeah, we have strong feelings because they're fucking lying. I just proved pretty much everything you said wrong. The videos speak for itself. You proved nothing short the bare minimum of footage. Because everything else made you look bad because you were, again, lying. I can't believe that you guys are so dumb you thought this was gonna work.
Dispute out of Oregon and allegations that individuals may have lost significant amounts of money. I recognize that people are frustrated, angry, and may feel that justice has not been served in relation.
Because of you guys. You guys have helped make sure justice is not served. It might not be served because of you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your service. Your brave service from your cowardly men and women.
To those allegations. Those concerns are understandable. I understand them and I'm empathetic to them.
Which is a complete lie. If you were empathetic, you would actually fucking be doing something. You would actually not be lying. You would actually be investigating. But no, you are completely filing that this family get fucked over. Don't lie to me and say that you empathize.
And nothing in the actions taken by the American Fork Police Department should be interpreted as validating, supporting, or defending anyone involved in that separate civil or criminal dispute.
But you did. But you didn't give them your. Just let them deny the court documents. You lied about everything here. You wouldn't lie if you didn't have a side already, and you clearly did.
Our responsibility in Utah was not to determine who was morally right or wrong in a business disagreement originating in another state. Our responsibility was to respond to conduct reported here in our community.
And you failed at that too. You failed at that. You failed to investigate. You picked a side. Because you are a failure as a cop. And you and every other cop that inducted in this in these situations should take off your badges, turn in your guns, and leave the precinct in shame. You should never be a police officer again. None of you should.
Evaluate the facts available to our officers at the time and enforce Utah law as officers established probable cause that a crime had occurred.
And no crimes were.
Someone may believe they have been wronged financially does not exempt any individual from the laws governing harassment, trespassing, stalking, or other conduct within our jurisdiction.
Well, clearly there's no legal way to do this then. Because according to your officers, the only legal thing they could do is get fucked. That's the only thing they could do legally. Because you won't let them handle things legally. But fine, you're right. Who am I to argue with a cop? Just one that lied about everything that was provably false. But no. I'm wrong.
We remain committed to enforcing the law fairly, objectively,
but we won't.
and transparently.
And we won't do those either, because you clearly lied like 5 times in this video. We lied constantly. We have said zero truth aside the police showed up.
Regardless of who is involved or what narrative may exist.
Bullshit. In fact, the narrative is extraordinarily important. Because the narrative is where you get all those juicy plot details. And the details are important in a situation. And let's read some of these comments, shall we? Because, oh my god, I would love to leave some hate comments. But I'm not signed in right now on my computer. If I speak low, they won't hear my bullshit. We investigated ourselves and found no wrongdoing. Even if I talk super quietly, no one will hear my probable lies. The amount of work that they're putting into not doing their job is impressive. When I'm in a gaslighting competition, my opponent is the Utah Police Department. Don't forget when they raided the home, the cop pulled Ben's arm so hard he dislocated it from his socket because he was attempting to escape, only to be seen in the video slowly walking out with everyone else and not escaping at all. Corruption com 4K, ruining a police department's reputation, any percent speed run. White background, bright lights, exposure level set to radioactive, audio levels set to whisper, corruption set to max. New police lying ASMR dropped. Funny how Ben is being accused of stalking when the police was watching his every single step. Brother could not breathe without them up his ass. The police department... This is the police department that's supposed to be protecting me. Though we hear your concerns, then proceeds to wipe his ass with them. So, he did not want them. That's not how that works. I have never seen a police department lick the corporation feet so much. His eyes were glossy, so we decided to do a 3-hour vehicle search, even though they passed every sobriety test. Once started as a concerning case of corporate corruption, has turned into a fascinating yet more concerning case of police corruption. If I talk quietly enough, God won't hear my sin. Josh said he was going to shoot Ben, so we arrested Ben. Crazy to admit. And why does the public have such a distrust to the police? The police. Opened his phone and began manipulating it. Dude, just press the power button. I didn't know I had the option to simply say no when we served legal papers. We don't redact cam audio that incriminate our officers. Continue to redact cam audio that indicates they're officers. Imagine showing your retired police department for a Lego thief. Bricks and minifigs, nah. Bricks and minifibs, yes. This isn't the type of behavior that gets you your own heaven. Oh my god, this is amazing. Bro delivers that statement like the truth was in the room and might overhear him. My only worry is that they pursued actual stalkers this hard, but we all know they won't. Police officer gaslights used to sleep ASMR. The 500 likes on this video from the entire Utah Police Department. Dude, there's some comments that have more likes than the fucking video, and they're all insulting them. The entire police department needs a deep investigation. Bro filming his resignation, he doesn't even know it. Imagine throwing away any shred of decency and public respect / faith for a Lego goblin. Damn, this escalated from a civil lawsuit to a federal crime. This video is sitting at like a 2% dislike ratio with 208,000 views, 527 likes, and 26k dislikes. Absolutely wild. Okay, this is worse than the video than all the videos on the most disliked videos list. And has a worse ratio than anything I can find online. Where's the FBI and DOJ? This police is corrupt as hell. I think the entire debacle must be reported to the appropriate federal authorities for investigation. I can't wait to see the dispositions. Bricks and minifigs must have spent a lot more than 200k to buy the police department. Corrupt morbid police before GTA 6. I love how it's just like, yeah, he just doesn't want the court papers. I didn't know that's all you need to do to get taken out of court. Simply say no thanks, I'm good. You know, so everyone here, every police officer is just an idiot. Look at this. Look at this man. He doesn't believe a word he says. And the reason why I know he doesn't believe a word he says is because you can't. He's lying. But I'm gonna end the video here, because I've been recording for an hour and 44 minutes, and I have a lot of insulting to get through. And now for the serious note of this video before I go. This is a horrible situation. One where I'm making light because this is how I feel like I can do it the best. Because me making fun of them and making them just feel like the idiots they are, they deserve every ounce of it. Because they lied and they manipulated, they abused the system, made to protect those who could not protect themselves. And they deserve every ounce of shame. And that's what I'm doing. I can't do anything else at this point. Only thing I can do is report on what's happening. And again, this is not what my channel normally is. This will be my third video on this topic. And this is probably going to be the longest video, because I actually put up the videos to bring it up and go through case by case. And it's a horrible display of corruption. And again, I don't support any harassment, any violence towards the police department, but I do support them all losing their jobs. I support that 100%. Because to me, they did the worst crime that they could have done, which was abusing their power. And for that, their badges should be taken away. They spit in the face of what a police officer should be. And with that being said, I hope that there's justice for this family. I hope the Josh and whatever the staring contest boy's last name is, I hope both of them get every ounce of karma they deserve. Only the worst endings for them. I hope the family gets justice. I hope Bricks and Minifigs goes out of business at this point. I hope this whole police precinct gets replaced, because they are awful for what they've done. And thank you all so much for watching this video. Again, as I said earlier in the video, I believe I will be making other content soon. I have to edit. I'm still editing the other video, but I thought it'd be funny if I go through the Ninjago timeline. And I'm going to go through the Lego Batman game and discuss what things I think could be sets now that I've played the game and I've actually 100%ed it. And if you are interested in the gaming channel, I will be uploading some probably playtime videos as well as a review for the Lego Batman video game that came out. I don't normally do game reviews, but I love the game so much I wanted to review it. That's just to keep updated. Again, the reason why I bring that up is I don't like making these videos. I don't like talking about this stuff. I mean, I had fun bullying this police department. I had a lot of fun bullying them. They deserved it. But I don't like having to have this having to talk about this, because I want the situation just to be resolved. Hopefully, Lego themselves can step in, even though, unfortunately, there might not be much that Lego can do because it's resellers, because it's a completely different company. There might not be much that they can do, but if there's anything they can do, I hope that they can. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Again, my name is only having a great rest of your day. Goodbye for now.